What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Show. This is interview 471 interviews I've done in 3.5 years. Salute to this artist, this host, you name it. She's going to be on here in a second. From New Jersey to Boston 617, Candy Solid Circle. I can't wait to have her on. She is one of my, you'll see, we'll just wait until she gets on here and we'll start talking to her what she got going on. So give her a second to get on here and we will start this Iccy Show. If you want to be a guest on the Iccy Show, inbox your girl, Jackie Brown with 2 C's, I.E. Brown. I'm booked until September. Salute to everyone getting on my show. So let's go. Check out Bible studies from Tuesday night with co-host of RJ. Salute to him. And the next interview is on the May 20th with Rap Star. May 22nd, Pack Money. 23rd, Honest Nation from Jamaican Kingdom. Hey. Okay, let me see. It didn't give you the tag in. Hold on. The invite. Hold on. Make sure. It should be there. The notification. Just give us a second. I'm about to get Candy Solid Circle, the one and only queen, on here. So give her a minute. Does it say? Here we go. Can you send it again? Because it says technical difficulty. It says technical difficulty. I never seen that. That's crazy. What's up, Angela? Peace, peace. Alright, you try. Here we go. It says that, and keep our fingers crossed. It says add-in. Maybe it's just too much going on the internet. It says add-in. Let me exit out of it, and then you send it again. We're going to get this. It's probably just, it's acting up. If you could try it one more time, I'm sorry about it. Peace, Star. How you doing? Peace, peace, everyone. Put the area codes, countries, states where you're tuning in from, please. It says add-in, hopefully. This is crazy. What does it say anything on your side? Because it's saying add-in on here. Come on. Let's see. This is crazy. Nothing there? Dang. Try one more time. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing this. I apologize, everybody. We're just having some technical difficulties. Hopefully this works. Another option is if you want to start it and then tag me in it, see if it works that way. I don't know why it's not. I recently updated my Facebook like 2 days ago. Actually, yesterday. So maybe that's what it is. I'm not too sure. Usually in the third try, by then it will go through. It's just saying added on my end right now. To try again. Let me try. Okay, let me exit out of it so it won't keep saying that. Okay, I exit out of it. What I could do is end this and then try it again. That's another option. Whatever you want, just let me know. I'm sorry, everybody, on this. We're trying to get it right. This queen does a lot. She's in the industry. You don't want to miss this interview. It's going to be a fire interview. Try again. This is crazy. I don't have anything, let me see. Okay. Let me see. Alright, I'm gonna end this, guys, and restart again. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Connection failed, it says. Let's see. One more time. It says connection failed. So do you want me to end this and start it again? How do you feel about that? Just let me know in the comments, or if you want to start it, let me know. I apologize, everybody. We're having some technical difficulties. I really apologize. You want to try one more time, or I'll end it, restart it again? How do you feel about that? What's going on? Peace. We're having technical difficulty. Happy Woo Wednesday to everybody. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Alright, I'm going to add it one more time. Keep fingers. Go. We need this interview. This is a special interview. Not special, but no. Oh,
I'm here.
Welcome, Queen. I appreciate you coming on the Iccy Show.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. You know, we've been rocking with each other for years.
Yes. So this is Candy Solid Circle from New Jersey. She is a host, booker for your next event, for any event you have. She's a great host. She was one of the first 7 people that tuned in on my very first Iccy Show. And ever since then, she's been on the Iccy Show a couple of times when I was on tour. And then now I see her doing her thing on 97 FM with DJ Drewski. How's that?
Well, I'm not officially on Hot 97. I just work with a lot of people who are on there. But my goal is to definitely, work hard and to get up there eventually.
I seen you come from what you used to do. Your own show. Was it Friday nights?
Oh, it used to be all different times. It used to be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whenever I could go live, I would.
That was a great show. Would you go back to doing a show like that of your own?
Yeah, so basically, because I've learned so much in the career, I kind of don't want to go back as being how it used to be. I want to add some spice. I want to add some new detail. I want to do actually dope scenery. I actually want to make it, useful and very educational, something that I can dedicate my time to the up and coming artists or even music lovers and producers as well.
That's amazing, definitely. What is your goal in the next year in this industry?
My next year is obviously keep working, keep grinding, continue to stay humble, build as many connects as I can, build relationships with those people, and hopefully, be able to be on an FM radio station that I could share my personality. I feel like my personality will be good for the people and make the people feel good.
Definitely, yeah. That's how I drawn to you. I used to watch your show, and I'd be like, "Dang, there's great artists on your show." And then it was like you judge the song and stuff. I love that, and artists need that because they need the real criticism of a song because they only got one direction, one tunnel sometimes. And us as hosts, we see it differently. And I've
Right.
made different artists. I'm not too sure. Have you managed any artists in the past?
I have. So, I actually used to manage a female R&B singer, and this was like way back probably in 2014, 2015. And we were at the studio day and night, coming home from the studio at like 6 in the morning, me going to bed for like an hour, getting up to go to work. And it got to a point where I had to stop because the artist was no longer listening to me.
Oh,
She thought she was, people already knew her. She's like, I need to start getting bookings. And I'm like, we can't get to that level yet until we actually start to get you some fans. Like, we got to go out. We got to meet people. We got to have things to pass out and for them to kind of like get to know you before I just say, yo, I'm going to book you for a show. I can't book you
right.
for a show if nobody knows who you are.
Exactly. It's facts. It's so true. No one's gonna come out and show you support. If you don't, if you're not known out there in any type of form in this industry, then no one's
Right.
gonna come out. And that it's true what you said. I'm sorry I had to go through that as a manager because I've similar situation with me. Several
Right.
times you've seen my career gone, and it's important. That's why you guys have a manager. It's important to listen to your manager because
Yeah.
when you're an artist, you only have one direction. When you have a manager and a host, they're listening to all the cracks and the bumps and, giving you the real feedback because at least they're being true to what they're saying to you. Because
Right.
if you hear it from somebody else, you might get offended. Like, you might get depressed. Every artist is different. R&B are more sensitive than other artists. No disrespect to anybody, but it's the truth.
Right.
Um, so how do you feel about working sometimes with DJ Drewski? I seen him on the red carpet last year in New York in Jamaica, Queens, and it was amazing to see him, hearing him all the time. But how does it feel working next to him sometimes?
Honestly, it's dope. It's dope because I put in so much work, and effort. You know what I mean? So to be able to learn from me, from one of the greats that
Hmm.
is very humble and is willing to guide me and to teach me to be great, I mean, I appreciate it. I
Right,
definitely appreciate that. And it's only up from here. I follow his lead. And it's funny because when I first started radio, I didn't know anything about radio. Nothing. And I used to suck at doing interviews. Like, I wouldn't know what to say except for how long you been doing music for, what type of music do you like to do? Like simple, basic questions. But watching how he actually engages and does interviews and makes the guest feel so comfortable, I'm
yeah,
learning now how to just do that. And now I'm starting to learn just to flow with it.
right, definitely. And you got the personality and the look, so you're
Oh,
great
thank
on
you.
that behalf to me. And do you ever get camera shy in any of your performances or anywhere you go?
Nope. No. When I first started, I used to shy away from the mic. I
Right,
used to put other people in front and say, how about you do it today and I'll watch and I'll just stand there and maybe throw in a couple things. But now it's like every time I step in front of the camera, every time I step on the stage to host an event, I'm ready. Like,
right.
I'm just ready. I'm ready to grab the mic. I'm ready to, share my personality, with the crowd. I'm ready to listen to some new music because that's why I'm there too, you know.
Right. Are you still at that nightclub where I met you a couple of years ago?
Oh, Dolce's. Yes, I'm still there, by the way.
Oh, okay. No, shout out to Queen at Dolce in New Jersey, right?
Yes, Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Yes, I went there. It was a great nightclub. The food was amazing. And you were great. Hospitality. I appreciate you. That was my first time in New Jersey. My first time having the food, and it was delicious. And I appreciate you.
Oh, anytime. It was dope having you guys come out because I've never really had anybody travel. Like a lot of people, they don't like to travel. They like to stay local and do what's comfortable. But you guys were like, you hopped in the car, you drove to my job, not knowing where you're going, and we actually were able to even take the relationship we had from social media and put it into play into person, which was dope.
Yes, I love that. I was very grateful and thankful for that.
Ah, you
Um,
welcome.
Thank you, Queen. Would you like to come up with your clothing line? Candy Solid Circle or something in that direction?
So, because Solid Circle is an event coordinating promotion company that I've been working for with almost about 9 to 10 years. So, I'm trying to come up. Like, we have a clothing line for Solid Circle. So, I have been trying to come up with different logos because I want it unisex. I want guys to be able to rock it, females to be able to rock it. So I'm trying to come up with something where it pertains to when you look at it, you know it's Candy, you know she has a love for music and a love for the community. So I'm just trying to put some things together and come up with things. But yeah, definitely.
I would like to, what it's a good logo that I could see it like a vision of you. I would see you with like sitting on a music note and it's you, like your face or something in that nature, or have
Okay.
your a music note with you entwined in it and something. And you know,
Interesting.
something with the highlights in the background of everything you've been through or what you actually hosted or a nightclub. Have that as the city line if you could. I could see that, or a poster like I got behind me. I could see that you like right in front of it, something
You
like that.
know, that's pretty interesting. I could kind of maybe create like a cartoonish type of vibe to it. So yeah, I mean, like you said, we all have a story to tell. You know, we don't always have perfect days. The journey wasn't perfect. I've been through a lot in this journey. Being a female in the game isn't easy either. Because they think we don't know what we're doing or they don't want us to go ahead or anything. So it's been a struggle, but when you love something so much and it's your passion, nobody can take that away from you. You just got to keep going,
Yeah,
no stopping.
definitely, definitely. If you could interview one artist in the whole wide world, who would it be?
That's
I
a
know
good
you don't want
question.
to pick one, but I'm
Oh!
just no disrespect to anybody. Don't take it personal.
Yeah, wow. Ed Sheeran.
Oh, okay.
I think he just has so much, background, and he's just so creative, and he seems like a great person and in the music community, and he's just somebody I would like to sit down with and be like, look, like, how did you get here? What have you done else besides this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just would like to sit down with him and talk to him about,
Def-
yeah,
would you ever host a red carpet traveling?
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. If whenever the opportunity comes, like anything that has to do with hosting and being around people, I love being around people. I love making people happy and I like to make them smile. So yeah, absolutely. If that comes to me, sign me up.
Definitely. So anyone that's tuning in and you have the opportunity, reach out to this Queen Candy Solid Circle on Facebook. Also, would you like to have a manager of your own to, book you more? Is that something you would be interested in?
Like a manager for me, or
Yeah, like a
okay.
manager. Yeah, a manager for you, meaning like to book you for hosting around the world, like a kind of like a tour for yourself. Do you see
So
yourself?
So I do have a manager. His name is Nick Solid Circle. I introduced you to him when you came out to Dolce's. So he is my manager. He basically is more of my listening ear. Like when I have situations, I go to him like, how should I go about this? What's the right way to go about this in this field? He's like a mentor to me. He's my best friend. Um, but as far as like the bookings, we go on and on with that. So I'll book myself, or if I have a question about a booking, then I'll contact him and he'll be like, send them to me. I have a couple more, questions I want to, ask them or whatever, because contracts are so important. And
Yes.
I know a lot of people go through things because they don't have a contract. But if you have a contract, you're safe.
Right. And it's true. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Definitely. Shout out to Nick, your manager. Salute to him guiding you the right way. That's a great friend and a great mentor to have because, some people can't be there on the same page like you are. And that's
Right.
good that he tells you, oh, do this way. He's out for your best interest. And that's amazing to have a manager on your team doing that. So salute to him and salute to you. You're doing the right
Thank you. Absolutely. And honestly, if I make a mistake, like he's in my ass. Like he
right.
doesn't let me just, oh well, it is what it is. No, like he'll tell me like, no, Candy, you fucked up. And this is where you fucked up at, and now you have to go about this way, or this is the next step for you, So don't get me wrong, he does get on my nerves sometimes, but I know it's only in the best interest. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If I learned most of the stuff from him, so if it wasn't from him, I wouldn't know as much as I do today.
That's amazing. Definitely, definitely. Have you done any community work in your neighborhood?
Do I work in my neighborhood?
No, have you done any community work like, do a luncheon for people around the neighborhood or anything for the kids?
Not recently. So a few years ago, me and my sister, we had an event around Christmas time, and we rented out a spot. We booked a DJ, and we collected so many toys. And then we went out and we purchased some toys, and we opened up the building. We allowed people to come in. They shopped for their kids. We had clothes. I was crying because
I was just gonna say, were you crying? That was my next question. I know I would be.
yes. Whenever like I saw the kids, they were so happy to get, my son's old toys or my nephew's old toys, and just to see like the smile on their face, and they didn't have to worry about anything. We provided food for them as well. So it was just like it was a good feeling. So I haven't done anything like that in a while, but I do want to get back into that, giving back to the community, because like that's what it's about, helping each other. It's tough times out there.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Let me know the next time you do it. I would like to be a part of it with you. Um,
Absolutely, absolutely. I do like to do it around like the holiday time, because I don't want children or people to feel like, oh, I can't give because I don't have the money. No, like come. We got you. What is it that you need? I don't mind how much you take. I want to make sure that, your kid has what he wants for Christmas, or try to give him something.
Yes, definitely. That's amazing. And if anybody that's tuning in, on here right now and wants to take part, make sure you reach out to Candy Solid Circle. That's amazing. The children of the future. I always say that no matter what direction they
Yes.
are, we got to guide them the right way. And it's hard. I know it's really hard. Some parents are working three jobs, and the kids, they don't have the parents there, but you can't hate the
Right.
parents because they're trying to provide for the children, because if they don't, then they're not going to have anything. So salute to
Absolutely.
all the working hard moms and dads out there. You're really thankful. Keep up the great work. Don't think, people aren't thankful for what you're doing. Um,
Absolutely, absolutely. So probably, maybe the next thing is like when the winter time comes, do like a coat drive,
yeah,
donating food, like anything that we could do to help our community. Like I'm all for it.
definitely, definitely. If you need like I do catering. So if you need
Oh,
me to do the catering, I'll be glad to do that, from
definitely. I'm signing you up already.
all right, cool, cool. See, networking. So we'll go from Boston to New Jersey. Any other states out there, network with us. We got to make it bigger for the children. The children need it. It's sad because when I go to the store, I see a little kid, pulling out all the change, trying to get a candy. A candy is $2 now, sometimes
Yeah,
even more. You know what I'm saying? So, I always pay for the children that are behind me. 7-Eleven,
right.
there's always children over there, and they look at me, oh, why'd you pay for me? I said, because you guys are the future. I said,
That's right.
save that change for when you need it, really need it. I said, you need this food? And they said, yeah. And they said, we're starving. And it's right after school or right before school. You always see that at the convenience store. So, I
Yeah,
like to help out as much as I can. I'll tell them, get a piece of fruit. They said, fruit. I'm like, yeah, fruit. Parents
right.
don't, when we were growing up, I'll be 44 in a couple weeks. And when and your birthday's coming up too, right?
That's right. We should do it
Ah,
together.
Yes, yes, that's right. Definitely. So salute, happy early birthday, Queen. Get your crown. Definitely.
Same to
Um,
you, love.
thank you, thank you. You know, kids are the, like I said, the kids of the future. And you know, when I say get fruit, it's sad that kids don't know what fruit is. And it's like
Right.
they get more a variety of junk than fruit. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I don't blame the parents, but you know, they need more vegetables, more fruit, not about candy
Yes.
all the time, you know?
Right, absolutely. And it's funny because at my job, we have these two young kids. I would say probably like 12 and under. They come into our job and they sell candy for
Oh,
whatever it is that they need. We buy them out all the time. We even
yes.
give them a little bit more money than what they ask for. We buy all their candy and then we give them more money for whatever it is that they may need for school or hey, anything that we can do to help, we gonna buy it out.
Definitely, definitely. That's amazing. Are you gonna do a back to school event maybe?
Yeah, so maybe that's something that I want to try to put together because I know out in New York, I go to a lot of like shout out to Brooklyn Gives, like they do a lot for their community, and to go and witness how much they do, I'm like, you know what, Jersey needs something like that. You know,
Yes,
we need something that's gonna have performances. You know, something that's gonna give back. You know, or everything that our children need to go further in life. I want to make sure that they get that day. We know
definitely.
that we live in a world where things are a little bit more virtual
Yes.
sometimes, unexpected. Maybe we can do something with donating Chromebooks, you know, finding used ones to give out as well. Like something, I just want to do something. I just don't know when yet.
Okay, well keep me updated. You know, I would like to be a part of it, help you out, you know. That's amazing. I love anything for the children, and you have like
Yes.
the same energy as me, so I love it.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Is there anything that held you back during your career that you think that it kept you back in any way?
So, okay, so I have two things. So the when I first started radio, I used to work with another host, and that host, after I started to grow on the show, the host would cut my mic off in the middle of when I'm speaking. He would tell me when I can put my mic back on to speak. He didn't want to really teach me how the board went so I could turn my mic back on, you know. So there was just things that I noticed that every time I try to do something, he tried to hold me back from that. So then after we split ways and I was thinking, should I bring back my show by myself or should I just say, you know what, I tried this, it didn't work out for me. So I sat there for like a month and realized there was something missing. And I was like, I got to get back into doing the show. Like, this is something that I love. I'm going to take the time to learn out how to work the boards. I'm going to take the time out of how to stream properly. And I'm going to just run it and do it myself, you know? So that was one incident. The second incident, I had a double death. So my ex, he was an artist. He was murdered. And then 7 days later, my grandmother passed away.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. I
Yes.
remember. Wow.
I did not know if I was gonna make it. I didn't even know what was going on. I was trying to do shows, and in the middle of my podcast, I'm crying. You know, I had to end the show, and I'm like, well, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I need to take a step back and just kind of like find something else because mentally, I just didn't know what was going on.
Yes.
In time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna every day, even if I do a show for 1 hour, and then the next day I do a show for 2 hours. At least I'm doing it, and I'm pushing through the tough times. Ever since I went back into it during those difficult times, I realized that I could do anything through any time, through anything. Um, you know, and actually there was another situation finally, when me and DJ Drewski decided to do a showcase together, you know, I came to him. I said, I'm ready to do a show with you. Like, I felt like I was ready to step to that level. Then, the day before, my stepfather passed away from stage 4 lung cancer.
Wow.
Right before the show, I was just like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I should not do the show. Maybe I should just stay home and let Drewski do it. But then I'm like, no, if I made it through the other times, I could do it this time. And I did
Yes.
it. I did it. I grabbed the mic. I hopped on stage. And I knew that if my stepfather was still alive, he would be there right in front clapping. Because he used to always come on my shows, unexpected, like way back. He used to always pop through to kind of see how I'm doing. And he would get on the mic too and start dancing and help me critique these artists' music. So I kind of just took all that negative feeling I was feeling and turned it into a positive and just used it to keep going. I mean, it's up to me, right? So I had to keep going. So I knew that if I could go through life with those struggles, I could do anything, you know?
Definitely. I remember that you made me cry a couple of times when I was
Oh.
when you lost your ex, and you know that's sad because I didn't know he was murdered until you told me that.
Hmm.
And I thought it was from COVID because I believe it was in the beginning of when COVID started, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Okay, so this was in January of 2019. However, I did lose a very close friend, a teammate, in March of 2020 from COVID, yes.
Okay, okay, that's the one I remember. But I remember you brought up your ex,
Yes.
about his murder, and my condolences to you, his family. It's sad, we really got to put down the guns. We got to put up the fist more. People driving crazy. Take the extra 10 minutes and get there early instead of rushing. I hate when they be on your bumper when you're driving. All it takes is one tap,
That's
and
Jersey.
yeah, and it's like everyone's in a rush. I remember growing up, people going relaxing in the Cadillacs, the Lincolns, the
Right,
old school
right.
cars, Oldsmobile, and now it's like Zoom. Everybody's zooming. And my street where I live on, I help the community a lot. These kids, they'll come to my house. I'm like the house where all the kids are. When
Uh-huh.
you were growing up, I'm not that house. I like to make sure the kids have a place. They got the basketball net. I always cook on the grill for them.
Right.
Um, and it's like these cars be flying down my street, and it says "slow down, children" or something like that. Whatever the
Right,
state
right. Children
sign
at
is.
play, I think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. And one time, I swear, this guy he went flying up the hill, like up the hill, and it slams on the brakes. He must have been going like 50, 60 from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill just to slam on
Mm.
your brakes. I mean, it's incredible. That's what I'm saying. People need to like slow down. Life's too spinning too fast. You gotta enjoy the children. You gotta be there for the children. And Candy Solid Circle, I salute you because I seen you when you started your show. I wish you would come back and we can work something. I could be a co-host or something doing a show with how you used to do judging the artists' music around the
Right.
world. Yo, I really think you need to come back with that because artists don't have that. And I think when they were tuning in there, some of them will get a little, rowdy, but you wouldn't allow that. You wouldn't let no disrespect on your show. That's what I love about it. You kept it
That's
firm,
right.
and that's what you need, Queen. You need to come back with that because artists don't have that platform what you were providing.
Now, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm definitely going to come back with my show again, just putting in the odds and ends, trying to put it together so it makes sense, because I still want to continue to teach artist development on my show. I still want to guide them the right way. It's up to them if they want to listen or not. At the end of the day, however, the ones that are ready and ready to go and keep going, like I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna guide you. If there's something you need to work on, don't get mad at me. Just take what I say and use that to do better. There's
Facts.
times where people tell me, Candy, you have to do better in this. Candy, that ain't it. Candy, that looks terrible. Like, Candy, I, yeah, I'm human, so I get aggravated. However,
Right.
I use what they say and apply it so I can do better, especially if it's coming from somebody who knows more than me.
Right. Facts.
Like I'm not going to sit there and argue. If the artist needs to work on the mix or he needs to work on his delivery or whatever it is, I'm not saying it to hate. I'm being honest with you, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. A lot of
Yeah.
artists do say, oh, she's a hater. Why
Yeah.
am I a hater? Oh, because I told you the truth, right?
It's true.
Oh, okay, fine. you know
Yeah. It's true. I'm in the middle of putting the mixtape together, volume two,
hmm
breaking news entertainment. It's coming out next month, and it's an international mixtape. And
oh
So it's artists from around the world, and it's not like it's straight dance music or straight techno. It's rap, reggae, African reggae on there.
Uh-huh.
You have like soul. There's a female that has soul. So I had a couple of artists. I had to tell them adjust this, adjust that, and they get mad at me. And I'm saying, okay, this is an international mixtape. We need this to be crisp. It's going to be everywhere on all platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't have any mess ups, especially if I'm hosting something and I'm putting my mark on it, and my artist is putting his mark on that I manage. That's two things I got to look out for, and my DJ. So that's three things.
Right.
So you artists, if you're not mixing right at the studio or where you're going to provide your music to the radio station, why do you think you have a right to have your music played then? They have every right to judge you or whatever the case may be, to tell you, at least take that, observe it, go get another opinion, take it to another engineer, have them listen to it and see what they can twist and turn and make it better for you. It's just a common a courtesy what she is doing as her job as a host, Candy, letting you artists know if it needs to be, oh, you got to do this, turn this up, do this, and I've dealt with that, and it's not a pleasant response sometimes. Us
Right.
as females, they think we don't know what we're talking about, but we actually do, because we've done stuff in this industry that got us to where we are,
Right.
and they have to understand and respect that that's just helping them, and they
Right.
don't.
No, you're absolutely correct. And we've had gave opportunities to artists to have their records played on FM. And those are artists that worked hard for that, whose record is packaged and ready to go. However, we've had artists when we ask them, because we have to have the clean version. Hey, send me the clean version of your record so it can get played. Oh, give me a minute because I don't have one. You don't have a minute. We move very Industry moves very fast. So there's gonna be times where we need it right away, right? Otherwise you're gonna miss your ride, right? So and sometimes you don't always get that opportunity back. So as artists, make sure you have everything that you need to have. So if somebody calls you for something, you have it and they don't have to wait for it. But it's the saying, if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready.
Yes, yes, that's true. That's true. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. It's facts.
Yes.
100%. Especially, I've been seeing a lot of artists coming out with, previews of a music video, and then you see the music video and the clip that they're showing didn't even have anything to do with the music video that actually came out. So that doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they're doing that. I don't know if they're trying to rush and rush. If you think you're rushing too much, some artists, they want to just throw videos out back to back, and I tell them space them out, because there's people that don't even have time to go through the social media for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to hear it, you want them to feel your music, you want them to pass it, share it, tell a friend, and they don't understand that. I tell artists to slow down on Sunday and mix it. Oh, you
Right.
hate on, how am I hating on you? I'm just giving you a suggestion because you want your numbers to go up on that music video. Give it time to blow up. Don't
Right.
just and take your time, I mean, rush it, excuse me, rushing it. I
Right.
see artists 10 videos in 1 month, and
That's a
then
lot.
yeah, and he's complaining about, oh, my numbers, you got to get my numbers. I don't got to get your numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
This is
Salute,
true.
Adam.
This is true. You have to have an outline. So you have to have a team. Make sure that everybody is on your team knows what they're doing and they're educated in what you're asking them. Don't let your boy or your girl be part of something if they don't have any sort of experience whatsoever. Narrow it down. Try to figure out, what is the single I'm going to try to push. Okay, this is the one we agree on. What are we going to do to promote this record? What media do we have? Is the video good quality or the video's not good quality? Or like, you gotta like really sit there and plan this stuff out, so then when you're ready to promote and it's about to air, you don't have to put everything back up and then say, shoot, man, this record ain't mastered, it don't work well with the video, I gotta take everything back down again and try again. your first impression is your most important impression. People are
Yes.
going to judge you based on what you put out. So if, we give the best knowledge we can, again, it's up to them to decide to take it. I do notice too, like as far as fans, they think fans are just going to always come. Sometimes you have to get out, go out, meet people, have something where it's direct, give it to them so they can scan it. All your music pops up, your social media, everything that you need. Then that way you don't have to like, shoot, I forgot to give them my social media. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? So just go out there and actually pay attention to your fans. Like, check up on them. Say, hey, I appreciate you liking my record. Hey, I got another single dropping soon. Would you like me to send it to you? Hey, I'm in your city tonight. Can you come through and show some love and show me perform? Whatever it is, like, check up on us.
Right.
Like, shout out to the New Movement Live. That's the podcast that I'm on with Drewski. And there was a person in the live on Monday that doesn't do music but just loves music. He hit me up after the show and said, hey, who was that artist you gave a 6.7 to? He's like, I like his sound. I didn't even have, I gave him the name and he immediately found him on SoundCloud and all these things, but now he gained a fan. But I
Right.
bet you the artist doesn't even realize that.
Right.
You
Right.
gotta really stay engaging and you have to really pay attention because you could have fans and not even know it. And we're sitting here like, hey, do you see me?
Mhm.
Like, yo, I think you're dope. But where's the love?
Right. It's true. It's definitely true. Especially artists when you're performing, and pay attention to the crowd when they react to your music. If they're reacting to the certain type of music that you're doing and not so much this, uh, follow where they support you. What direction you're going. That's where you're gonna keep on having your supporters follow you because they like what you're doing.
Right, right.
And that's important. So what days is that show on?
We air out at Mondays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on DJ Drewski's YouTube channel. We rate artists 1 to 10. If the artist gets a 6 or lower, I have to take a shot. So on Mondays, I get a little tipsy. And then 8 or higher, they get added to our official Spotify and Apple playlist. So they go
Oh,
into
nice.
rotation. And there could be some possibly other services that I can't always broadcast, but you'd be surprised where we had Fetty Wap on the show and he heard an artist that he liked, right? Immediately, Fetty Wap said, hey, such and such. He's like, I love the record. I want to do a record with you. Hit me up. And they're working on a record together. So
Awesome.
it's like you never know who's watching or who may like you and what opportunities can have. But just think if that artist didn't submit that record to that show that day because, oh, I don't want to pay this, whatever, you would have never been working with like Jersey's own Fetty Wap. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
So don't be afraid to take risk and don't be afraid because you never know what can happen if you keep your mouth shut.
And invest in yourself. Sometimes you have to invest in putting your stuff
Invest.
on the radio station.
Yes, investing is huge. Because if you're not going to invest in yourself, why should anybody else?
Right.
Or if you're not going to take your career seriously, why should I listen to your music? Why should I help you get to the next level if you don't care?
Right.
You got to sell me. You got to make me want to be like, you know what? You dope. I want to work with you. But if you
Hmm.
don't have anything to show, you can't expect me to just hop on the train.
Right. Facts. Totally. So true.
Drop a
And
bomb.
definitely, definitely. Let them know where they can find you. Is there anything else you would like to bring up? Any shout outs you want to give? If this is your opportunity.
Well, I want to say shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Shout out to you, of course, because you're a dope female out in the game doing your thing. I show
Thank
a
you.
lot of respect to you. There's
Thank
not a
you.
lot of females out here who are hustling, working hard, losing sleep over other people, right?
Right.
I want to shout out to the whole New Movement Live gang, DJ Drewski. Shout out to Nick L'Oreal from Hot 97. She does Ladies Night on Saturdays at 2 a.m. She was in the check-in. Shout out to the whole team, man. I definitely appreciate you guys, welcoming me in and also allowing me to learn from you. And also shout out to all the artists and the producers. Yo, keep putting in the work. Yo, keep putting in the work. Learn as much as you can. That's why this book right here, like, is my Bible. Like, if there's things that I need to know or I'm not sure of, like, reading is good. Like, you can still
Right.
read, and you can
Right.
learn a lot through reading. But yeah, just don't give up. The only person that can stop you from doing what you love to do is yourself. You
Right.
can't put that blame on anybody else but yourself. If I could do it and work through my tough times, you could do it. Anybody
Yeah.
could do it. But it's up to
Yeah.
you.
Yes, totally. And shout out to the haters because I go harder on the haters. I know, right? For real. Like you make me go harder. Like when I have a hate, I just go, thank you. For real.
Then
So
we not
yeah.
even paying attention to that because we're in the positivity lane. We're gonna keep going with them or without them. If you
Yep.
want to hate, unfortunately, you're gonna stay singled out, and you're gonna stay, and you're not gonna grow. So
Right.
knock the hate off. Keep going, man. Stay positive. This world
Yep.
is crazy.
Yes, yes. Enjoy it and enjoy the music and enjoy where can they submit the music to you?
Okay, so for this, the New Movement Live, you guys can submit at thenewmvmt.com. You can submit for a review. There's also other services as far as what Drewski provides on there. Like if they want a one-on-one listening session with him, all that information is on there as well. As far as me, if you want to submit one MP3 and you want me to listen to it and you want to hear my feedback, you can send me an email at candysolidcircle@gmail.com. You can follow me on the gram, candy_solid circle, Facebook, Candy Solid Circle, YouTube, Candy Solid Circle. Everything matches, so I pop right up.
Definitely. Salute to you, Queen. I appreciate you always supporting the Icey Show. You were one of my first seven. I appreciate it definitely. And God bless you 1000%. Keep going. Don't let no one stop you. I appreciate you, listening to the artists and giving the feedback and being honest. It's
Yeah,
hard to find a good person to be honest and a great team. And you got that. And I'm
thank
proud of
you.
the team. DJ Drewski, I have sent you a friend request since October. I need you to accept it. I've been waiting since October.
Oh my
That's on
goodness.
red carpet.
That is too funny. I appreciate you as well. Keep doing your thing. Don't let anybody stop you. Us women, man, we up next.
Let's go. We gotta. We're the eye of the tiger. Always remember that. Women are the
Absolutely.
eye of the tiger. We
That's
keep
right.
going, fight it.
We
And
see everything.
yeah, you're definitely it. You're definitely when you went through it. So salute to you.
Thank
Is
you.
there anything else? You're welcome, Queen. Is there anything else you would like to bring up?
I just thank you so much for having me. Whenever you want to do another one, I will put you in and we'll do it. Even if it's I don't know, a talk show, and we're
Yeah.
talking about a topic, and we want to hear other people's opinions. Like, I'm down for that too. You know.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, definitely. We should talk about that. Definitely, because there's some topics I think we would kick off, making it go viral on especially what everyone's dealing with on a daily basis. My
Yes.
Bible studies, I salute to everyone. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, I do Bible studies for the children. It's about 15-20 minutes. And salute to you guys because it's been blowing up more and more. More people are hearing about it. And we need to talk about the Bible because people aren't talking about the Bible at all to the children at this generation, unfortunately. So salute to you,
Absolutely.
King Solid Circle. Much love and respect, Queen. Keep going. Let's go, Queens up. Let's get
Thank
it.
you.
You're welcome. I appreciate you coming on the Icey Show. Anytime you need a promo, tag my page. And when you go on live with DJ Drewski for your show, his show, tag it into my feed so artists
Got you.
can submit their music and start to know about it more and more.
I got you. Thank you so much for everything. Everybody have a blessed and have a dope day and stay safe.
Yes, yes, the virus is still out there, everyone. Don't forget about that.
That's true.
Yes, I was at the hospital yesterday getting my heart checked.
Oh, are
Yeah,
you okay?
everything's good. Everything good. It was just from my surgery. I had major surgery last month, so um,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. So thank God I'm okay. I just went for the checkup, but they were telling me it's on the rise again. So everybody, keep those masks on. I know it's getting hot and
Mm,
stuff, but like sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. That's all I could say.
that's right.
Yep.
Sanitize, Lysol, whatever it is, right? Vitamin C, all that good stuff.
Yes, yes. I appreciate you, Queen. This is interview
You're
451
welcome.
interviews I've done in 3.5 years. We are international. Shout out to Kitty Solar Circle. Artists, go submit your music. She just gave you the information. I appreciate everyone tuning in. God bless. Have a great day and stay healthy.
All
Thank you.
right.
Peace.